less wood,
less good.
Less good. Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
And Rabia had a very important question to ask me.
He did, didn't he? We were wandering around the store thinking, what would be a cool idea for a video? And
Rabia said, Rob, is less wood less good? And I said, hold on, Bea, what are we talking about, bro? And he said, guitars, obviously. And he was holding up this guitar.
Which, let's be honest, you're looking at me now going, that's a mighty fine looking Les Paul Custom that the captain's holding there. Except, of course, it is not quite a full Les Paul Custom.
No.
It is what we call in the industry
a Clifton Twain.
A Les Paul Custom Light. So if Rob holds up his full fat Les Paul, you will see that there is...
It's fat.
Crikey, is it half? It's not quite half, is it? But it's, you know, it's a fair old difference.
Basically, mine is a lot fatter than Lee's.
Yeah. Now, the construction is essentially the same. This is still a piece of mahogany with a carved maple top on it. It's weight relieved mahogany. As Rob's is also a chunk of mahogany with a piece of maple on top, and it's weight relieved mahogany. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. Maybe if someone from Gibson wants to comment on this, I couldn't tell you whether or not it's the piece of maple is the same thickness on both guitars and it's just the mahogany that's less on the thinner one, or whether everything is reduced down on this. The only other wooden difference on the guitars is that this one has the rich light fretboard and this has a rosewood fretboard.
Oh yeah.
And this whole video isn't really designed to try to inflame the tone wood argument or anything. It probably will, but it isn't kind of meant to. But we picked these because they're both the same. So you've got the 490R and the 498T. So essentially the rhythm, the pickups are the same on both guitars.
Yeah.
We restrung them both with the same brand and the same gauge of string just before we shot the video. So we've tried to sort of minimize the difference between the two. People will always say, you know, yes, it's possible for there to be tolerance differences in the electronics and everything like that.
And they're right. But the question is less wood less good?
So you're about to hear just a straightforward, clean strum of a chord into this amp, both guitars, and then the same again into this amp, both guitars. You know, they're a human error, of course. Rob and I are doing our best to try and strum in the same place at the same velocity, but, you know, human error is...
What we're going to do is Rabia is going to take a screenshot of the EQ so that you can compare visually any differences between the two guitars.
So, let's go and do that now.
Yes. So, just so we're doubly clear, guys, pickup is exactly the same height on both guitars. I'm going to do my absolute best to strum with the same velocity, although it's really, really impossible. And this is kind of just for fun. But here goes bridge pickup.
Here we go, same chord, but this time with the neck pickups through a different amplifier, through the hot rod.
Well, there you go. We obviously don't know the results.
Well, let's discuss what we heard.
Well, I heard this had slightly more mid.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, the two guitars sound very, very similar. I was hearing more of a difference in how the two guitars sustained and decayed
Yes.
than I was necessarily in that instant stroke of the guitar. The guitars feel different to play. This one, ironically, that difference in the body weight, this does feel, it does feel closer to the body. It does feel more sleek. Obviously, the main reason this guitar's built is so that when you're standing up at a 3-hour gig, you've got a guitar that isn't quite so backbreaking as a Les Paul Custom. But there's something reassuringly Les Paul-y about playing that guitar.
Yeah.
That extra little bit of thickness here, where your forearm kind of sits and everything. It feels more familiar for Gibson
It's a
players.
chunky monkey to work against, isn't it? Some people like the feeling of working against a guitar. Les Paul's definitely fall into that category.
Of course, the major contributing factor between the sound difference could in fact be the colour. Who knows? I think Rob and I have entered enough interesting YouTube debates to sort of go, you know what? If you can hear it, it's there. If you can't hear it, it's not there. If you can feel it, it's there. If you can't feel it, it's not there.
Yeah.
You know what? It's there.
It doesn't matter.
You just go and, that's fine by us. But we, I
What's the difference in weight?
I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. Let's
Heavy?
Let me have a look.
That's heavy. And that one's less heavy.
I would say like maybe 20% lighter, this one. You do.
Okay. Yeah. I think you're probably right. Yeah.
It's not like
it's not a
like
load
half
lighter.
the guitar, is it, or
No,
anything like that?
Not
It's
at all.
just a bit lighter.
Obviously, the electronics and everything make up quite a lot of
the
weight.
neck will be the same.
Pickups are quite heavy.
So look, I don't know how scientific this test has been.
Not at all.
I suspect
but
there are other more scientific tests out there. But we do our best to just try and I think. Let's get back to what this review should really be about, is how great the Les Paul Custom sounds,
yes,
and how great the Les Paul Custom sounds too.
Let us find out. So I've got a neck pickup here. By the way, clean bass breaker out.
Yep.
On das floor, I've got a Thomann from JHF. And I've got a carbon copy. What have you got, Lee?
Well, so Les Paul Custom Light. So you guys all know that this is a classic guitar. Has been in the Les Paul catalogue forever and ever and ever. Its
Makes me think of the darkness.
Yeah, its two most famous colours are the white that you see there and the ebony, which is essentially this colour. It also comes in things like Heritage Cherry Sunburst and Wine Red. It's a double-bound, beautiful guitar made in Gibson's custom shop. And will cost you custom shop kind of dough. This one is made in their USA standard workshop and is only available in the black or the white. It's not double bound, obviously it's just normal single bound, and is the thinner body. It's called the Custom Light. Same pickups though, different fretboard, same inlays, same tuners. It looks cool. So mine sounds like this, he says, if I put my amp back on. with some gain. I've gone back to using my full-tone plimsoll, which I haven't used for ages. Some delay.
Sounds great. Can I have a go on that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yes, Paul. I'm going to change my amp settings now.
No.
Yes. That's absolutely
let's
ridiculous.
Jam it. You know what? It's there.